Today is the day I'm going to start to repair the cracks remaining in the floor here. This is the biggest one right here. So that has to be ground out, cleaned, dampened, and patched. The crack goes right underneath this post, so I'm going to have to cut a piece of the post out on the bottom. See how it shakes? So it's not load bearing at this point because the floor has subsided a bit. So it's okay to cut the bottom of that out so I can get to the crack and fix it underneath there. On over the side over here, there's just one small little piece here I got to finish up. So that's a relatively simple repair right there. And then there's a spot right here. Another relatively simple area. So this spot and this spot are quick and easy. Not too much time involved. This one's going to be a little more substantial because there's a lot more prep work I have to do for that. So what I did to get ready for this job, since it's going to be dusty with the grinder, is I put this tarp up over the French door. This will prevent any of the debris, grit, and dust from getting on the door. And you can see here some of the other cracks that have already been patched up previously before we even started the project. One of the first things I did is I fixed all the cracks that were underneath the bump out for the kitchen. So to come to full completion on this pad, we'll get these cracks fixed, and then we'll be ready to level the floor. So here's the prepared area. So I had to grind out and get some raw cement and rough it up. And what happens next is I wet it down, put a bonding agent, and then backfill it with the mortar that fills that in. So that's the first crack ready to get fixed. Well, I got all the equipment I'm going to go over here. Right here's the second crack. That's all ground out. Same thing. I'll put some bonding compound on there and then backfill it with the mortar, and that'll be fixed. Now this one over here, that's a much more substantial crack. I used the leaf blower and got all the dirt and debris out of there. But what I might have to do is, once I have this ground out and cleaned up, and also I gotta get underneath there, I might have to put some ties in here, which is basically a piece of rebar or something that comes across and tees in here and holds this together. So I'm going to get this cleaned out first. I'll probably run out of time before I'm patching this up, but I want to get all the grinding done today as much I can, and get this grinding prep work out of the way. And then I'll revisit this. I have to do some research on how to tie that back together. It is bolted. There's a piece of rebar in this corner that goes through the top coat and into the footing, and that's what this post is bonded to. So there is an anchor point. I may just drill straight down a couple holes with an impact masonry bit on this surface here closest to the camera, and do the same thing over there, and like pin this slab to the footing and also pin it across the slab top. So that's going to be a little bit more substantial to repair that. And once again, this is not the final project. What I wanted to do is fill in all these cracks so we don't get any more water in there, and then etch it. You put some material on top and you level the whole piece. So this is going to serve as the base. So I know it's not pretty, but it's what we have to work with. I don't see any need to jackhammer this whole thing up. We'll give it the old college try and see how it comes out. So before I get started, I gotta cut the bottom of that post out. Like I mentioned earlier, see how it's loose? It's not holding anything up, so it's okay to cut that. Make some clearance so I can get in there to grind that out. So this area here, you see this rod that's used to hold this post in. So what I need to do is grind out this crack all through here. I think I might have enough room to work that with this clearance I cut. This was wiggling, so it wasn't holding up anything. I might have to cut more of it out. What I'm going to do is grind out this crack, get it cleaned up, and assess how I need to repair this. And I'll get started on that.